at JA Palm Tree Court here in Dubai.
We had a great 3 days here and we can't wait to tell you everything you need to know before you book. Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Max.
I'm Marin.
And we're Voyager Guru. We post weekly videos with travel tips, hotel reviews, and videos from some of our favorite destinations around the world. So if you don't already, consider subscribing. And of course, if you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up. It really helps our channel get more exposure and produce more videos just like this. So let's jump right into our review. Our first category is location.
Location we rate 4 stars. JA is a resort located about 20-30 minutes from the center of Dubai. The resort is made up of 3 hotels, JA Palm Tree Court, where we are today, JA Beach Resort, and their newest property, JA Lakeview Hotel. This resort is massive and offers a lot to guests coming on vacation.
The property they have here is absolutely gorgeous, and it's located on a beautiful white sand beach with really calm, perfectly flat water that pretty much all year round is going to be that exact same water. And that's honestly one of the best parts about it. There's tons of water sports. You're able to swim. The water's warm. And honestly, one of the advantages of coming to this area is all of the water sports that you have access to, because the beach is just so gigantic and there's plenty of seating, plenty of chairs. The one downside really about this area is it is a little bit industrial. And because of some developments that were happening where they were building another palm tree island in this area of Jebel Ali, they actually abandoned that project in 2008. And so you can still see some remnants of the project on an island that they built. It does certainly change the view that they had when this property was first developed, but I don't think that it's necessarily that detracting. I think one of the big advantages is it does also make for a really calm bay where they can have access to all these water sports. And so there's kind of pluses and minuses.
We are also located next to the largest port in Dubai, so that can obstruct some of the views from the hotel.
The property itself, though, is well over 100 acres with plenty of green space and golf courts that they've created and numerous activities. And we'll talk a little bit more about all the activities you can do in facilities, because that's one of the reasons that this property is so interesting, is because it really is a destination with all of the different activities that you could actually do. Our second category is lobby and check-in.
Lobby and check-in we rate 4.5 stars. We had a wonderful arrival experience with really nice staff that welcomed us into the lobby of JA Palm Tree Court. We were checked in very promptly, offered a welcome beverage and a bottle of water, and it's really hot here, so that was great.
In a classic A-frame style, the lobby's supported by these massive beams as you enter into the lobby, and they go all the way up to the roof. It has a really nice giant space inside, some nice seating areas where they have the White Orchid restaurant as well as a lounge there, and some beautiful windows that look out at the rest of the property. The lobby gets a lot of lighting, which I think is really nice, and the lobby is on the older side, but it has been renovated. It is really the central meeting place for the rest of the property.
This property is set up in kind of a villa style arrangement, so there are a number of buildings with a small amount of rooms in them. So after check-in, we were taken via buggy to our villa building, which is to the farthest side of the property with a beautiful beachfront terrace room.
Which brings us to our third category, rooms.
Rooms were rated 4 stars. We were in an upgraded junior suite room with a terrace, and it is absolutely spectacular. The beachfront view is beautiful. We have a large balcony with ample seating and access to the garden right outside.
One of the advantages of these buildings is they are on the shorter side, so everybody pretty much has an amazing view from their balcony, whether you're located on the first floor or any of the higher floors. You have a beautiful terrace, you look out at the incredible ocean and the white sand, and this property has tons of green grass that's super well maintained. The landscaping here in general across the property is beautiful. Lots of really old, big, giant palm trees, tons of greenery, a lot of stone walkways and water features, and there's also peacocks that are randomly everywhere. And so when you look out from your balcony on this side, it's really pretty, and you're not really in the same kind of high-rise type resort that you are over at the other hotels.
All of the rooms have essentially the same configuration unless you're booking one of the suites. So we had a large bathroom with a double vanity, separate freestanding tub, a shower with a renovated shower head, as well as a bidet, which is very common in this part of the world. The room itself has a large king bed, which is actually 2 twins, and normally we're not huge fans of that, but they did a great job with the mattress topper, so you can't actually tell that it is 2 separate beds. The TV is updated as well and contains the directory for the hotel. There's room service menus, and they're all based on QR codes, so there's not a lot of paper left in the rooms.
There's also a fantastic amount of closet space in this room, and I think they've done a really good job with updating the room by adding some really nice lighting, LED strips around the bed, as well as in the ceiling. It really helps to update the room and as these rooms are on the older side, I think some of the refreshes that they've done have really brought it up to a more modern style.
I love the Elemis products in the bathrooms as well. I believe this is the only hotel in the resort that has Elemis products, which is a really high-end brand. They have more amenities than you even know what to do with, including multiple vanity kits. They're also trying to eliminate single-use plastic, so they do have bottles of shampoo, conditioner, and body wash in the wall of the shower. They do still maintain the single-use body lotions, but I believe they are moving to a more eco-friendly way.
The room also features French doors that go out onto your patio with a big giant archway window above it as well, which really brings in a lot of light into the room. And actually having this round ceiling in the room really makes the room feel a bit more regal, having the kind of tall ceiling and have some shape to it.
It was really nice to have room service breakfast out on our patio. If you're here in the summer, definitely recommend doing that on the earlier side because it does get really hot. But a peacock joined us for breakfast and it was really cute. The room does not have a mini bar, however, they do supply water, so they do make their own water on property, which we'll talk more about in facilities. They have a Lazo coffee machine as well as a tea kettle. The property does have 92 peacocks, and depending on the room that you're in and the location of that room, you might be woken up by those peacocks extremely early in the morning. So if you are a light sleeper, I would recommend bringing some earplugs.
We did notice that there were less peacocks as you got closer to the ocean, so those rooms that actually are closest to the ocean do seem to be the ones that have less of them versus the rooms that are further back, and particularly on the lower floors, are going to have a little bit more exposure to that. Our fourth category is service.
Service we rate 4 stars. All of the staff that we met on property has been so nice. They are really trying their best to do a great job for the guests, to be efficient, and to provide service with a smile. The property does offer twice daily housekeeping, so they come in the morning as well as for a turn down in the evening. Turn down was a slightly more inconsistent experience. However, the days they did a great job, they did a really nice job.
The waitstaff at restaurants have also been amazingly helpful since we've been here. They're all very familiar with the individual menus, and we're happy to provide really good recommendations about what was available on the menu, and they felt really familiar with the menu. And honestly, the service was super attentive.
The buggy drivers on property were on time, they were efficient, and they were really, really friendly.
The front desk was also super helpful when we checked in. They gave us a great explanation of the entire property. In general, across the property, I think pretty much every staff person we interacted with was super friendly, tried to be as helpful as they could. I think the only thing that this property lacks is probably a bit of refinement in service, and I think most of that comes from the fact that a lot of the staff are pretty junior. They're coming from a bunch of other places around the world, and I think in particular because of COVID, there's been a lot of turnover everywhere around the world in terms of new staff and new people getting trained, and so hopefully in the future that's something that we'll see improve. Our fifth category is dining.
Dining we rate 4.5 stars. There's 23 outlets on this property, and there are so many different options to choose from in terms of cuisine, in terms of style as well, between the 3 hotels. We were only here 3 days. We were only able to try 3 different nights of restaurants, but all of them were really good.
There's a really wide variety in terms of what's available here. We had some fantastic, really elevated Indian food at Kinara, which is part of the new Lakeview Hotel. That was honestly some of the best Indian food I've ever had, and the chef there has done a fantastic job of making really elevated and beautiful Indian cuisine. And across the board, every single dish that we had there was truly fabulous. They also have a variety of different things, all the way down to just having a casual sports pub, which I thought was really cool, down by a lot of the activities in the sports center. And that's a little bit more casual. You can grab some beers. One of the other elevated dining experiences that we had was going to White Orchid. That felt kind of somewhere in between. The food was really good, which is kind of Thai fusion, and it's set up above the property, so it had a beautiful view of the sunset. And in general, I really liked the style of that restaurant.
The property also offers room service for breakfast and all-day dining, which was a great opportunity to enjoy our patio here at the Palm Tree Court. This resort does offer an all-inclusive package. It is worth saying that not everything on all of the menus are included in the all-inclusive package, and neither are some of the restaurants like Kinara. There is an upcharge for Kinara based on the package that you're on, but it is 100% worth going to. The resort also offers a number of lunch options, including a couple of buffets, as well as a few beach bar restaurants like Captain's Bar, which was my personal favorite. That food was incredible, and I hope they never get rid of that goat cheese salad.
The goat cheese salad is honestly probably one of the best salads I've ever had.
I think it is. We love the setting of those lunch restaurants as well, right on the edge of the beach. It can get a little bit hot, so we would recommend showing up a little bit early to make sure you get in the shade.
In addition to the room service breakfast, we also did have the opportunity to check out 2 of the different breakfast options here on property. There's the buffet here at Palm Tree Court, and then also we get to go check out the breakfast that's over at the new Lakeview Hotel, and both of those are in gorgeous settings, although I will say that the Lakeview Hotel, being newly renovated, has a beautiful area for breakfast breakfast, really big, beautiful windows. Both were really good breakfast, and in particular, one thing that I thought was fabulous here were the fruits. The fruits that they had at breakfast, whether we were having the room service breakfast or at either of the buffets, both of those were just really, really like fresh fruits, and there was really no fruit item that I didn't like.
I really liked the Lakeview Hotel's breakfast. It did seem like they had a couple more healthy options, including small things of yogurt and really flavorful gluten-free options as well.
We did also have a really nice salmon eggs benedict, and there's also omelet stations. It's nice that you can get a variety of different egg options. And one thing to note is they have scaled back these buffets, and one of the major reasons why is because they are working on sustainability programs. So they moved a lot of the things at the buffet to a la carte, so you can actually order them so that they're prepared and ready, which frankly, I always like prepared food when you order a la carte anyway, and it really helps with food waste.
One of my favorite spots on property was B-Bay, which is the rooftop bar at Lakeview Hotel, and it had a stunning view of the sunset and amazing cocktails. I actually think that was probably my favorite place to hang out at the entire resort.
Our sixth category is facilities.
Facilities were rated 4.5 stars. This property is honestly very interesting. They have so many activities. It truly is a destination for guests.
If we're just talking about how many activities and facilities there are, it really is a 5-star resort. Really, the only detraction from the facilities is that some of them are a little bit on the older side, but honestly, given the number of facilities that they have, it's remarkable that they're able to maintain this many facilities at all. They have everything from a golf course and driving range that's lit up at night to tennis courts and squash courts. They have multiple gyms, one at the Lakeview, one at the sports club. They also have an enormous amount of water sports. They have an entire water sports facility where they have everything from paddleboarding to water skiing, wakeboarding. Any activity you can think of is pretty much available somewhere on this property. We even had the opportunity to go to a shooting range while we were here. They have an entire shooting club where you can shoot skeet and targets, and they even have their own soccer pitches and facilities. They even have an equestrian center here where you can ride horses. The list just goes on and on.
There's also an entire calendar of events every week with free yoga, Zumba classes, and just anything you would want to do on vacation to stay active. And the all-inclusive package does include a lot of non-motorized water sports like paddleboarding and kayaking as well.
They also offer tours of these facilities. In particular, they've done a lot of sustainability projects here, so you can tour around, look at the sustainability projects that they've done, like their water treatment plant and bottling. And they even have an aviary here on property where they maintain hawks and eagles, and they even have a show every day where you can go see those hawks and eagles in action. And so there are just so many things here, from the golf course and the David Ledbetter Academy. There's just a ridiculous amount of activities, and some of them are a little bit on the older side, some of them are a little bit more developed and a little newer, and I think they're just kind of rolling out renovations as they come.
There are also 6 swimming pools and the entire beachfront, and they do offer beach and pool service as well. So there's really endless amounts of activities that you can do, or you can just go and relax at the beach or the pool. There is also a spa on property with a number of treatments based primarily in the Balinese tradition. And lastly, there is also free transfers to different malls within Dubai every single day. So depending on how long you're here and where you want to go, they do offer bus transfers to and from the mall, complimentary as well. We did not take advantage of that option because we are here for such a short time, but we saw tons of people every day going out on those excursions.
Our 7th and final category, style.
Style we rate 3.5 stars. Because these hotels were built at different times in different years, there's a lot of variety.
It really changes from area to area across the property. Some of the restaurants have an intensely beautiful style that are newly renovated. They're very cool. And then other restaurants are a little bit on the older side. Same kind of goes for the lobbies, the buffet areas, the pool areas, the rooms. It really varies from area to area that you are on property. There are some areas that are much newer, like the Lakeview facilities, as well as some of the renovated facilities here on property, like the lobby, that have been elevated a little bit. And there are areas that haven't really been updated in the same way. They're a little bit older, and there are limitations on how much they can update the style, because obviously there are some things that are just the building and the construction and the way it was built at the time. And so there's some limitations there, but I do think that they're progressively making their way through these renovations. And if the Lakeview Hotel is any example of the style that they're trying to go forward with in the future, it's really fabulous. So I'm looking forward to seeing those renovations.
If you are looking for a very modern experience, I would look towards the Lakeview view hotel as an accommodation option. If you're looking for something that is beachfront, that has larger rooms, but is on the older side, the Palm Tree Court is a great option for you. Overall, we rate this property 4.1 stars. We've had a great 3 days here, and it's been incredible to learn about the sustainability features of the hotel and experience what a resort in Dubai is all about.
Honestly, with all the activities that there are to do on this property, we did not nearly get to do enough of them. I have been sitting here wishing we could do more on the water, but we just ran out of time. So we're certainly gonna have to come back. I definitely want to water ski here at some point, and they even have kite surfing. If you follow any of our other videos, you'll know how much we love kite surfing. And if you don't follow any of our videos, you should do that right now. If you like this video, make sure to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and stay tuned for many more videos coming out from here in Dubai. And also, we're headed to the Maldives right after this.
And if you follow us on Instagram, you will have already seen the entire story unfold through our stories and our feed. And if you don't already, be sure to follow us at Voyager Guru.
For more information about this hotel and others, be sure to check out our website at voyagerguru.com, where we have full destination guides as well as all of the written versions of our hotel reviews, where we provide a lot more detail into the individual restaurants, menus, and experiences that we had here on Prague.
And as always, I'm Marin.
And I'm Max.
And we're Voyager Guru. See you out there.